Good evening. A deadly pedestrian collision in Lloydminster has taken the life of a 29-year-old woman. RCMP say they responded to a complaint of a pedestrian being hit by a vehicle early this morning. The woman was found seriously injured and was transported to hospital where she died of her injuries. The name of the victim is not being released at this time. Police are still investigating. If you have information about this or any other crime, please contact Lloydminster RCMP. With the season finally turning around outside, it's time for some spring cleaning inside. And looking around your home, may make you wonder how to get rid of certain items. Things like paint, motor oil, and old electronics. You can't throw them away, and regular recycling will not work. That's why hundreds of people came out to the 24th annual Hazardous Waste Roundup in the border city today. Bart Pedyasik reports.
A small army of volunteers worked tirelessly in double-digit temperatures on the Lloydminster exhibition grounds. As the lineup show, this year's event was again a popular one. Jean Sloan has been involved in the Waste Roundup since its very beginning. She says an event like this is important to the community because there's a danger many of these materials could end up in our landfills.
That's the tragic part, because we're putting corrosive and poisonous stuff back into the environment, and that's a no-no.
But according to a city official, Lloydminster is prepared. The redevelopment plan for the local landfill includes places to drop off hazardous materials.
People that have batteries or propane tanks and electronics and televisions and things like that, and white goods, there's separated pods being developed out at the landfill.
Saunders says as the city grows, it's important to remember how hazardous waste affects us all.
The toxic and hazardous waste in some of these materials can really come back to haunt us in years to come. I guess if we're good stewards of our land and take the initiative now, we will have a better environment going into the future.
Sloan agrees, saying this is the time to be aware of our environmental footprint.
To my mind, we must start looking after our earth, because we're damaging it. In the last 200 years, we've done more damage than the first 20,000 did. And we can't go on doing this.
For more information on the landfill and where to dispose of your hazardous waste, visit the Lloydminster website. Bart Pedyasik, Newcap News.
Once again, the route welcomed an up-and-coming touring singer-songwriter, and JP Ho has been making his mark, performing in towns across the country for the past year. And Lloydminster is one of the last stops. Annika Notveit has more.
This is our first visit to Lloydminster, and so we're real happy to be here on a Friday night.
Last night was a night like many before for JP and his folk pop band. This is the 130th show, but the musician says the message in his music is the same as it was from the start.
I only want people to just realize that the songs are about as honest as they can possibly be, and that's a reasonably good rule in life.
I'd like to be part of this conversation.
After experiencing the Western music market in Canada, Ho is positive about the industry.
We actually have a lot of great sort of solid markets that we know that we can rely on when we go out west, and then once you have those, you're able to sort of go into new markets like Lloydminster and start that relationship.
As for advice for other artists looking to tour for the first time, JP Ho says to hone your skills well and also to make sure you have something to offer.
Do it yourself, but learn to book tours by yourself, and make sure you don't go touring without something to sell. If you don't have a CD, people can't take home a souvenir.
Annika Notveit, Newcap News.